here, this is a 150-yard mark, and looking at this way, obviously we're going to have it netted. You have to have nets. There's no two ways about it. Netting will be high enough that we're going to contain most of the balls. I can't say you can contain all balls. It's nearly impossible. I think it is impossible. But the safety factor is these will be high enough so no one's going to be getting hit in any way. Here's what it's going to look like, and I'll explain this to everybody. This is going to be 150 feet across, right? This is the first tee, right? That first hole down here. We're going to take the hill that's here, and the netting will be at the peak of the hill. We're going to be shaving the hill straight down, so we're cutting into the hill and taking. If you look at it right now, yes, everybody's going to say it's really thin, it's really narrow. It is right now. So we're going to widen it to the peak of the hill. All the trees on this side of the hill will stay. The netting will be right on the top, so it'll contain all the balls. It'll be a 75-foot net, plus it's about a 20-foot hill, so it's about a 95-foot net, which is very high. On this side, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to have 90 feet along this side, and then go down to 75 feet over here. We're going to be able to get 250 yards out of it. We're going to move the blue tees, and we're going to put the blue tee over on this side. Make it easier for you. So the blue tees will now be here, as opposed to here. You lose any yardage, just moving it over, and it'll be a shot, which is a pretty cool shot. If you've ever gone up there and looked at it, now the blues, you're hitting over the pond, and you can actually see the green when you're hitting from here. So it's a nice visual. It's a good shot. It's going to be a fun shot. So what we're doing is going to move that over to here, widen this area on this side, and I've netted all the way around. And this will be 50 feet worth of netting at the back, so there's no balls won't go over, and we'll get 250 yards out of it. Okay, I think that answers a lot of the questions you guys had as far as it's too narrow, it's not long enough. So that's the layout of the course, if you can see that. Okay, of the course, of the range. Okay. Good. Now, some of the other things that we've been kicking around is my other partner, Doug Smith, is a certified golf architect. American Society of Golf Architects. Oh my God. And what we're going to do first is we're going to be working on putting together, in help with Jim and Ed and Shelley, put together a master plan for the golf course. And a master plan for the golf course is you go hole by hole, and you just go, and I'm sure Jim's done this already, but you go hole by hole, yard by yard, and you really write down what you can do to improve the course, whether it's changing the layout of sand traps, or fixing the tee boxes, or whatever it is that you need to do. The master plan puts everything in it, and you have your to-dos today, you have your to-dos in a year, and then you have your future to-dos. So Doug is going to go around with Jim. I think you guys met already. Yeah. So they're going to be going through the whole golf course and really putting together a full master plan. And master plans take a little time to get done because you're going yard by yard, and it'll go down straight down even to costs. So the whole thing will be in there. Okay. And then what Ernie had mentioned also is for us to help with the master plan for the park. Obviously the bones are there. Everything is in a place. We've got the golf course. We'll have the practice area with the range. We're looking at possibly, and we're going to need help. We don't have the answers right now, by the way. Let's just put it that way. We want help. We need feedback from the community. We'll have a meeting at some point so everybody can come in, put up your ideas. Some things we thought about is maybe put in a Nordic area where you can put an ice skating rink in that can come down in the summertime. a Nordic area that would also include some cross-country skiing on the golf course, on tracks that are already put up. So nobody gets onto the greens, no one screws around with that. Whether that works or not, we have to go in, we have to take a look at it. The nature area, behind the driving range, carve it out, make it, an educational area back in there as well. Obviously with some help from some other people that know more about it than us, so we'll have to have a committee for that as well. So we want answers. We want, people to come to us or come to the committee and help with what you think the park needs and what we can do. There's going to be some limitations because you don't want to have people going into the golf course during the off season, when there's snow and all that. So we have to keep it into certain areas, and we'll have that all mapped out as to the areas where we think it's more feasible or is the most feasible. There's insurance problems with that, with things as well, so we can't go crazy. But trying to do more things with the park that'll bring in more revenue, that'll be safe, but it'll be able to bring in other people as well. Golf is golf. The golf course looks great. I mean, it's the best that I've ever seen it. So we don't want anything that's going to hurt the golf course or that's going to hurt the play of golf as well. So golf is the number one, area for the park at this point. So these are just other things that we can do, or hopefully we can do, to get other people to use it during the off season. So, we'll coordinate that through the authority to get a meeting, to get suggestions, to see what else is out there that people really think that would be a good thing to use.
Just a couple things I think you should touch on. The look and feel of the facility, what the facility is going to be constructed of,
Sure.
how that's going to be, what the tees are like, some of those things that were discussed. I think people should hear more about that.
Sure, absolutely. What we're going to do is basically the lower level is going to be heated, and we're going to have automatic tees on both levels. Now, automatic tees, back in the old days, they weren't perfected. They break down all the time, but now they work very well. And the company that we're going to be working with is Power Tee. They've got, I think, 60% of the European market. Been around forever. Yes, you can hit irons off of the tees. The balls will come up. It's every 4 seconds, I believe it is. So you hit your ball, right, and then the tee will pop up. You can adjust the tee. There's a touch-sensitive up and down for the tees. You can hit drivers, or you can hit it off the mat. So the ball will come up. It's sort of cool. It's fun. Kids love it. Adults love it. But what it also does is it helps people who've got bad backs. You're not bending over. You're not standing up, and it speeds up, the play for that reason. Handicap will be able to use it because it's touch sensitive when you touch it with your club. So the things that are going to be on the tees, it's going to be all brand new, all automated. It's going to be all heated, and it'll be a very user-friendly area.
Jim, are people going to buy buckets of balls separately, or are they going to pay for it right at the mat?
No, they're going to be able to. They'll take the bucket to the mat, pour it in the reservoir, cover it up, boom, and then you go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not putting in the whole automated system because it's an arm and a leg.
Construction is, talk about the maintenance of the...
Yeah, construction, there's going to be very little maintenance, so it's not going to be down and we're going to be closing things off. It's going to be cement and metal. It's going to be cement decks, and it'll be iron holding it up. So it's very simple. It's not like we're going to have wood construction that we're going to have to shut it down and paint it and do that whole thing. It's just very simply made. So there's very few moving parts, so to speak.
Is there anything in your plans about adding restrooms?
Well, we can add restrooms in our area where we're going to be building, where we're going to have the ball washer and all that.
Yeah.
We're thinking of having a unisex bathroom in there.
Because we're going to, potentially you're going to have
a bunch of people.
Well, 30 if all the bays are filled, but if there's people waiting,
yeah,
you can have up to 60 people in this concentrated area.
You could.
And I just know that
yeah, if you're lucky.
the admin building doesn't have enough restrooms to
Yeah,
to
no, we're going to
okay.
probably put one in our building that we're putting together.
How much disruption is there going to be when you do the construction?
We're hoping to start during the winter and get it done. We're hoping to start during the winter and get it done. It'll take probably 4 months, depending on, I don't know the permit policy, how long that's going to take. Most of it is, you know, if it's winter, unless we get 3 feet of snow dropping down, we can still build. You know, because you're pushing dirt, and you know, the guys who are building the double deck, they work wintertime anyhow, so it's not going to be a whole monster.
Relocation of the cart barn.
Relocation of the cart barn, we're looking to put it up next to the restaurant. So back in the field where the restaurant is, we're looking to put it up there.
Behind the employee parking.
Behind the employee parking. That makes it easier.
Is this a new building, or are you going to try and move the one that's there?
We got to put a new building up. Okay. Yeah. So we'll take that one down, put a new one up in the back.
You talk about the engineering of the master plan for the park as a whole. I know you're probably golf specific, but have you given any thought to how to improve the tennis facilities and what you might do to winterize tennis?
As of right now, no, because we just started talking about this, and that's a good suggestion. I mean, that's why we want everybody's opinion, and then we'll put it all together and then get experts in each one of those areas to come up and you know, get their opinions and see what works best for the group.